this thing on? I don't know. I'm going to go with it. Hey, what's up? It's me, Animal. Only on Animal Expedition Files. See you there. Hey everybody, welcome to the Animal Expedition Files. I am your host, The Animal. Thank you so much for joining me right now. I am your host, and it's been a great week and a great weekend. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Hope they well, where I'm at, it's cold and rainy, so where you're at, it's probably hot and sweaty. So please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Give us a subscribe. We also got a merch area at animalexpeditionsfiles.com. Go check it out. We have some cool merch. We have some amazing guests in the back. Chuck and Carolina from Three Rats Entertainment. So you don't want to miss out. We're going to talk about movies, horror movies, you name it, their background, how they got into it. So let's actually have them on right now and introduce them and have some fun. All right, let's do this. What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hey guys.
Animal, how you doing tonight?
Good, man. Welcome to the show. And man, it's an honor for you guys to be here. And I know supposed to have other people here. The show up floor is supposed to be here, but I know they're having technical difficulties. And we're going to try to get them on the phone line here in a bit. But tell us a little bit about you guys. Three Rats Entertainment. This is our first time talking. I've heard all about you guys. And I've heard nothing but amazing things from Floor. Just tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into it, and like what's your journey about?
Would you like to say something, my beautiful wife here?
So hey guys, Carolina. So we started our movie journey in 2016-17. Where we shot our first movie. It's called Amityville, Mount Misery Road. We shot it on Long Island.
That's Amityville.
This is our poster of that movie. So it was our first horror film that we shot together, and it actually went viral. So we sold out in all Walmarts. We went to all platforms. So we were like really excited about the start of our journey. Like, wow, that's great. So we went with DVDs, we went with internet platforms, we went to VOD. So it was great. It was our, like a kickstart, right, of our journey. That's the time when me and Chuck met as well. So in 2016, we met and immediately we were like hooked on making movies together. So that's why it all came about.
We were inseparable, as they would say. Amityville, Mount Misery Road is about the famous haunted road in Long Island. It's considered one of the most hauntedest roads in the world. Everybody knows about it. You got 7-8 million people on Long Island. They all know about Mount Misery Road. There's the story of Mary, the asylum. The asylum burned down. Mary was the crazy, deranged patient that went psycho when she burned the asylum down. But everybody knows about it. Since I was a kid, everybody would go there and they'd party in the woods there to try to see if they could see Mary, the famous ghost.
That's supposed to be her.
Yeah, and Mary is basically one of the characters of that area. And Mary is considered seen on many, many occasions. You know, she's floating. She's seen throughout the woods, as well as a hellhound dog with red glowing eyes. Mothman has been seen there.
Oh.
A lot of crazy things have happened there. It's one of the highest points on Long Island. The Indians warned the settlers when they purchased the land to stay away from that area because it's haunted. Nothing grows on the area. There's red glowing lights at night. There's all these orbs and stuff, crazy stuff that's going on there. So
So the movie is about a couple that is going to for the adventure and is walking in the woods and start experiencing all these encounters in the woods. So it's a fun movie. We are really proud of that little film that we made.
we made it on a cell phone,
We made
and
on
it
a
went
cell phone,
viral.
actually.
And they were literally fighting over it because it was kind of like a Blair Witch found footage
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we had fun making it.
Yeah, we didn't know anything, that it's going to be that big. So we were like, oh, just gonna make that movie and let's see what happens. And it turned out that people loved it, and it was it was a big deal for us. So that's why we're
And then
really
it became part of the Amityville series. And right after we made that film, everybody started calling their films Amityville. So,
That's
but
awesome.
I think we were like number 6 or something, and then there was like 20 of them after that. So that was one of our first films, and we had a blast making that film.
Now, when you were filming this, was it on location of where everything was going on?
Yeah, we
How
have. They have actually Paranormal Activity, people that go down to the actual location, and we filmed it, at 3:00 in the morning, 5-degree weather. Yeah, it was freezing cold, and we filmed it, and there's no lights there, and we were walking around that place filming it, and there's snake cut path roads that go through it, and when we were leaving. That night, we were having difficulty trying to get out of the woods. I mean, we were literally thinking that we were going to be victims of our own movie.
Yeah, but there was no lights, so we didn't know where we are.
So we were kind of like thinking, oh my God, we're hearing sounds, we're hearing all these stories about this place, and we were hearing little cries and stuff. So. But we saw a light in the distance, and we finally got out of there. So
it was funny because right after we made that movie, and officially it was very popular online. We had a lot of people that were doing this reviews on us, and those 3 guys from Long Island, they made this big review kind of podcast for us. And they claimed like they were just so stubborn, and they were saying no, they didn't film it on location, like it's not impossible, it's not on that location, and actually it was the location.
We were laughing, saying these guys are so stupid because we actually filmed it on Long Island in it because I grew up 3 minutes away from the place. So it's right around the corner from the Amityville Horror House too. So which is very cool.
That's really cool, and plus you were saying you had experiences there too while you were filming and stuff like that. That must have been totally cool.
Yeah, we were actually. You can see some of it on the movie. Carolina's playing one of the lead roles in it, and
with you,
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it was a film that we kind of did just to have fun with, and we literally sent it to Los Angeles, and they were literally fighting over the movie. So we went with a good friend of ours that we've known now for 10 years, and we've been making a bunch of films, and one thing led to another.
It's funny that you say phones because I've been doing a little filming on my phones. It's amazing how much you could get good quality from $1,000 phone compared to a $30,000 camera. Everybody's doing it now, making movies from all these iPhones and Androids and stuff like that. It's just pretty cool to hear that because it's just you could carry a camera in your pocket, and it's just really cool stuff.
That's true, but keep in mind that we made that movie in 2017.
So it was on a Galaxy 7.
On Galaxy 7. So it was 10
That's awesome.
A while ago.
Yeah.
But it came out good. We're at a different plateau now in our film career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with large film crews and different things. That was kind of how we got into it. To answer your question, you know,
Yeah.
on that movie Amityville, and then one thing led to another, and then it led to the American Ripper, which
So
Oh.
was which
this
is the second one that we did.
it's a fun movie, guys. This is a psychological thriller about a couple that moves into the house that it's kind of like not maybe haunted, but it carries a history of something bad happened in that house in the past. And
Yeah.
because of that aura of the house, you know, the main character, which is what's the name of the main character? No, not Davey.
Henry Barcelona.
Henry Barcelona. I mean, Bobby plays an attorney. He turns from the attorney into the psychopath in the film slowly as the movie goes and starts torturing his wife. So that's like a psychological thriller. It contains a lot of elements from the movie Shining, which we were inspired, and Misery. With yeah, that's Chuck is playing Bobby. So Chuck is playing the attorney. I'm playing his wife, June. So again, you can guys see us in this film.
It's a very sick,
It's a
disturbing
very
film.
disturbing film.
We did it during COVID. We were locked down in our house, and so we filmed it here in Florida. And I wrote the screenplay, and Carolina she won Best Actress on it. We submitted it to the film festivals. It won 10 different awards, and it was the best featured film in Tampa Bay out of hundreds of different films. And it won also Orlando's Phantasma Best Featured
Best
Film,
feature
and also won Best Music.
in LA Festival.
I played all the parts on a Tonewood amp guitar, and got all these kind of distorted and kind of freaked out sounds, and we edited it into the film, and just to give it kind of this eerie kind of aura feel. And one thing led to another. So
yes, that's very fun. Cool movie for Halloween. Great movie for Easter as well. So recommend.
But American Ripper is a cool film. We had a great time making it. Carolina did a great job, and she did all the special effects. Here's just one of the effects that were to props. The gunshot shot shell box. She made all that. She made the can. You want to tell her what's going on there?
Okay, you see this little guy here on the can. That's again Chuck when he was younger. Peas and carrots. So this peas and carrots are going to be put into the soup that Bobby is making for his wife when he's already torturing her. But I'm not going to tell you what the soup contains.
This is a rat poison. Then I don't want to say too much about the film, but these are some of the props in the film that you can see. You can see kind of the stuff that was had.
Yeah, because 3 rats.
And then the cookies, Mama's cookies.
That's in the movie Killer.
Yeah. So this is another prop that we did, that Carolina did.
Yeah. So basically, recommending The American Ripper.
American Ripper is a great film. So we've gotten a lot of good compliments about that film too.
Wow. Did when you started out in these movies, did you have like a process of like asking people to be in these movies?
On the Amityville, again, it was me and Carolina and maybe 1 or 2 other actors. But when we did American Ripper again during COVID, there wasn't that many people because we were trying to stay away from people because we didn't want to get the virus. We still got it anyway. But we had a good friend of ours, our neighbor, play a detective, and I was trying to find a detective that had a certain look because we're both casting directors. And we're both cinematographers. We write screenplays, we produce, we act, we are musicians. Carolina's a professional editor. So we said, who can we use? And then we were on this mission to try to find somebody. And I kept going back to my neighbor, Ross. And he did a great part in the film. So he came over and helped us out a little bit on it during that time.
Plus, we have our good friend starring in the film. His name was Kurt Weicker, and he unfortunately passed away. So that movie is dedicated also for him.
Yeah, he was in our first film, Amityville, and then he was in our second film, and then he passed away after that. So
he was,
his life will be remembered in cinematic history forever. So
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Man, that's great. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
that's very awesome. Just your journey alone, just going through all that, it was really cool.
yeah, it was a lot of fun, that film.
Yeah, I bet it was, man. I love to do that stuff like that, especially like when you're on like locations and stuff like that, where it feels natural, you know, and you're there in that moment, especially where things actually happened.
Exactly. You know, the Amityville was a great movie set that we did. We shot another movie that will be coming out probably this year or next year. It's called The Wicked Witch.
Oh,
Um, we filmed that in Poland. We don't want to say too much about that one, but we filmed that again in a very gloomy atmosphere. 10-degree weather in the woods in Nazi territory where there's bunkers from World War II, and just a great horror film about this sick witch. And Carolina plays the witch, and she also plays somebody else. I can't really say too much, but it was just
yeah,
a great film that'll be coming out to entertain our fans.
that's all.
And
Like,
just yeah,
no, you,
just so you guys know, because I want to just say it up front right now, because now the Easter is coming, correct? Actually, we are having Easter.
Easter weekend.
So Easter weekend. So our latest movie that we made with Chuck is called Bed Bunny. All right, Bed Bunny. It's about a big rabbit that terrorizes the community. It's available on Tubi. It's available on I think Amazon Prime, Vudu, and all internet platforms. You just Google Bed Bunny. I think it's on YouTube as well.
I
yeah,
would watch it on Tubi
On
because it's the
Tubi,
non-censored
uncensored.
version.
So Bed
And
Bunny is a horror
watch
film.
tonight.
Yeah, yeah, and it's about this big rabbit tourism community. So that movie is available. It's really good. Has great ratings. Um,
so
and I don't have it. And we just released it. I think in October last
it
year.
came out on right before Halloween.
And currently it has like over 5 million views. So
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
so it really went that
so
went
it went
viral
viral, this
completely,
one.
global, all over the world. And I mean, we got people in Malaysia, India watching it, and they're loving it. We got people that love it. We got people that want to kill us.
So
So,
on YouTube alone, on
so
YouTube alone is around 3 million views. But when you count, Tubi and other platforms, around five. So people are really loving that movie. So I highly recommend watching it. It's a fun horror film. It's about I'm playing the main role, and I'm Sarah. I'm playing the role of Sarah. She's mourning after losing her husband and moving from the city to the small house in the woods. And I'm
Wow.
completely looking different, looking miserable. She's really, like, that's not me. It's a completely different person. And in that house in the woods, which is a very cool lodge that we actually found, in Poconos. That's a rabbit. Yeah, and that's the costume. Yeah, that's a rabbit.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, actually,
That's
we
cool.
had that made in Miami by
so he's a
our
very deranged, evil rabbit. He's got some sick problems, and
yeah sick problem
he's just he's
Right.
very, very evil, deranged, monster,
creature.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
so we again, I wrote this screenplay. We shot it up in the Poconos, up in New York, up this
In the
famous
lodge.
lodge that we worked with the New York Film Commission, and
Yeah.
it was very desolate, area, and again, we wanted that gloomy feel to make it very kind of mysterious and suspenseful. And
Amazing woods, amazing territory when we shot. So it's Sarah is basically, it's a survival film because she
Yeah.
has to go through all these obstacles just to survive, and running away from this rabbit monster. But the whole film is pretty cool. So I highly recommend it. It's a cool watch. So for you guys, for
so,
everybody.
we say 5 million, but we've heard stories that it's almost up to 8.5 million
Yeah,
views.
definitely.
So, and it's only been out for 4 or 5 months. So,
Yeah.
for the next
I
year.
could.
Who knows? Yeah.
It'd be
So
funny to
and
them all.
we want to thank our friends ITM Films because they're the makers of Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 1 and 2, and Pinocchio,
Oh, wow.
and that's how what inspired me to do this film. It came out as Bugs the Bunny Killer, aka Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny horror film, not a singer, so you gotta put Bad Bunny horror film.
I was just gonna ask you guys about what inspires you to develop these characters, because like to develop something like that cool and just horrific where it just catches the audience. Like, what are you like at a bookstore or somewhere, or you're shopping and oh, that's a good idea, blah blah blah, you know, like what do you do?
Well, we were one day in the Chinese restaurant and we were talking about this cartoon characters that are getting popular right now. And we were thinking, look, you know, like ITN Films, which is our distribution company on many films, we're actually popping those films about, Popeye, Mickey Mouse, Bambi. Bambi's now, they're doing Bambi right now, but they were
Yeah.
doing
Winnie the Pooh.
Blood and
Yep.
Honey. And that movie, which is a horror film, went
viral.
Bananas.
So I said, hey, let's make a movie about a bunny rabbit.
Bugs Bunny. You know, why can't we just, mimic that idea and do something about creature, which is a rabbit, but it's Bugs Bunny. So Chuck wrote the screenplay. I think it took you how long?
It took like less than a month.
Yeah, like a few weeks to write the screenplay, and we start casting and within that film. It was it was a cool film.
It was a cool film, and again, we didn't think it was going to do as well as it did, and now it's doing, independent filmmaker's dream, which led to another film that we love, that creature film aspect. We like the monster stuff, and basically we basically had to make this movie
right after that
about the famous West Virginia creature called the Snarly Owl, which is again a famous monster that is a black shuck dog that lives in the mountains of West Virginia. So it's been seen during the Civil War. It's been seen, during different Civil War battles. It's been seen at Harper's Ferry. It's been seen in Maryland. It's been seen all the way up as of today. We actually said, okay, let's go and work with the West Virginia
Film Commission.
And we said, why don't we shoot it in a great historical town, which we're both Civil War enthusiasts, and we shot it at Harper's Ferry Military Park. So we worked with the Harper's Ferry Military Park where the Shenandoah, it's a national park where the Shenandoah River and the Potomac River meet. And we had this monster running around the town, terrorizing the community, killing everybody. So we shot that for 10 days, again in March of 2024. Carolina's editing it right now, and it'll be coming out here probably in the next 3 to 5 months. So we shot that film, and we're very excited about that film.
So this is another feature creature, because once we did Bad Bunny, we said like, hey, we need another creature feature film. It's doing really well, this one. So let's make another one. And we took on the legend that nobody touched before, because we wanted to talk, we like movies that are based or inspired by true events or some sort of legend. So it's kind of like you can get educated, and you can, right now we are in this kind of like mood that we want to educate people about some, stories or legends or historical events. So
we actually went out to lunch one day, and we were talking about, okay, what movie can we make? And we knew about Mothman, and we know that West Virginia has a lot of these cryptic creatures, and they are very film friendly. So we, as us being Civil War enthusiasts and going up to Gettysburg and Antietam and all these battlefields, which has ghosts, especially at Gettysburg, one of the most haunted places in the world. We basically said, okay, let's check out, this second man that's creepy. And it came to the dog from Mothman. A second creature there is their mascot, which is the Snarly Owl. and they have other creatures there as well. So they can't wait for the film, and we're excited to have it probably out before August or September, and then we'll be doing a premiere up there on it, and then the whole world can watch it throughout the internet, and probably even see it on Netflix or maybe some of the other bigger channels too.
Yeah, people are interested from a lot of distribution companies right now about this film because nobody earlier made a film about this legend. So they're like, wow, they love legend movies, you know.
The Snarly Owl's, he's around 8 feet, 9 feet tall. He walks on its hind legs. He's got a long black tail. He's got a large snout. He's got red glowing eyes. He's got giant paws. And he is brutal. He is a living evil monster. He's an animal, just like you, animal.
I mean,
and he wants to kill and kill and kill. And bullets don't go through it. Hunters have tried to kill it. So we had to get into this kind of vibe. We had to get into kind of playing as hunters. So me and Carolina play the main parts in the film, and I had to grow a beard for the film, and we had to get into our heads. Okay, we got to try to get into the vibe, and this is me it's just getting prepped for one of the scenes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like he never grew this.
I never grew a beard like that before.
That's awesome.
But we had a great time making the film. We had hundreds of actors on that set, and we basically people can't wait for the film. I mean, we get every day emails. When is the film coming out? When is the film coming out? So we hear that all the time. We got to make the film right. We can't just rush it. So these are just some scenes of us shooting at the table. Again, all the props were made by Carolina.
Beer bottles.
That looks so good.
This movie inspired me from The Thing with Kurt Russell. So I like The Thing, and I like some of those older films with guys getting together, and they have these brainy ideas that they're going to kill this creature, and nothing ever happens. So I don't want to tell you too much because the film's going to be coming out. So
you should do one with Bigfoot, because I'd be all for that. A Bigfoot. I'm like
we have a good friend of ours that did the Florida skunk animal down here, skunk Bigfoot. Yeah. So we stayed away from that. That's why we did the dog too.
That'd be cool. What was the most challenging things that you've done in the movie industry? Because I know there's a lot of challenges, there's a lot of positives, but what's the most challenging that you've faced in this industry?
We casting is really we like casting. We like to make sure that each actor, because it's going to be it's like a piece of art. They're going to be in history forever. Yeah. So we got to make sure, and we like acting ourselves, so we want to make sure that people around us look good. They look good, they smell good, and they can act. So
we made this huge movie on Long Island just last year. We just wrapped it. It's called Extortion Thugs. It's a mafia film. We have almost
these are just some of
actors.
These are just some of the actors. It's kind of hard to see this, but this is a mafia chart that Carolina did, like The Godfather. But I wrote this screenplay, and you can't see that. Yeah. But I worked on it for 14 months. It took me 6 months to write the screenplay, and we had literally over 100,000 emails over a period of 12 months of casting. And we had hundreds of actors from all over the United States. We had close to 40 legendary locations, from diners, pizzerias, nightclubs, dance halls, funeral homes, Italian restaurants. And we wanted it to be in the vein of Godfather, Goodfellas, Casino, Irishman. And I wanted to be very brutal. I wanted to show a different side of it. I wanted to show the side of
mafia.
Where you really see a guy's head blown off, or you see somebody's head, when they stick a gun in his mouth and his brains are being blown off. So we spent a lot of time on that. I had to change my outfit 30 times.
Mm-hmm.
I had I'm playing one of the main bosses, Luigi Bellecci. And all the names had to be Italian. We shot it where I grew up, all throughout Nassau and Suffolk County. And we wanted to thank Long Island because it was just amazing how everybody helped come together to make this film.
All of you guys.
In New York, and everybody just was beautiful, and it was a great production. It was just an amazing production.
One of the best productions we ever made. The people, they all came together for 27 days we shot. So it was almost 4 weeks we shot that film all over every day. We had like maybe 6-7 days break, sometimes. But the people that we were working with on set, everybody became just one big family. Everybody were a family, like you spend with those people 12, 14 hours a day with our crew, with our actors, it's just one big, family event at some point. And everybody became like brothers and sisters, and it was amazing. Everybody helped each other. Rarely we had any incidents or bad mood or anything. Everybody were very excited, very grateful, super cool people, amazing people. That's Chuck playing mafia boss in the film. So that's like one of the shots. Oh yeah, so that's cool.
It's like
so I played a killer. It was just, I was inspired because my mother's father was in the mafia, and I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Long Island, and I knew a lot of people involved, and so we knew all the stories, being from New York, and I knew all the, I love, Francis Ford Coppola, I love, Brian De Palma, and I like, Marty Scorsese and all the great directors, and that's kind of inspired me to kind of do my own movie about the mafia. And I said, I'm going to play the part of the main guy, and I had just good looking guys, Italian guys, great actors. We literally sifted through, tens and tens of thousands of actors. We had people from all over the world that wanted to be in this film.
We had a few like celebrities involved in the film. So this is like an article on Long Island Press where they put a picture. So this is Joe Pepe, and this is you can find him as Big Joe Gambino on TikTok.
He's a Big Joe Gambino, good friend of ours. He played Fat Man Alonzo in the movie.
He's a celebrity. He has like millions followers.
And then we had our good friend Giovanni,
another celebrity,
which is he's the guy that's Time to Make a Sandwich. He's a Time to Make a Sandwich. He's the Italian guy out of New Jersey, and he's famous. He makes all these mozzarella. If the mozzarella is not bleeding, don't buy it. And we put him as a chef in the film, but these guys were all great. Everybody was great, and all the Italian. We had a lot of Italian guys speaking. We had a lot of Sicilians.
We have Italian-speaking language in the film.
We wanted to have it where they actually spoke Italian, so they're, they're hitmen, and they're killers, and I don't know. We had, every time we document this stuff, we have a girl, Lisa, with Floor, and Lisa took the photographs. She does 10,000 photographs behind the scenes. So we have so many photographs behind the scenes of all of us shooting the film. This is the poster that it's kind of
this is just
one of the working posters, but and then we had an FBI team. So we had a whole section of FBI agents. So we had to cast all these FBI agents.
So like hundreds of actors.
And we had to get FBI jackets for them. They all walked around with guns and badges and everything. And I had, there was 25 of them in the film.
We raided the nightclub, strip club. So we had we had to do a scene in an original strip club. It's called Carousel, where we had to have a raid. Means we have 50 FBI agents raiding the place. So we did that at 4 a.m. in the morning. I didn't know, 6 a.m. in the morning, because for the whole night we had to shoot the scenes on the dancing halls and stuff. So it was a big event going on, and then the FBI agents.
This is just some of the FBI agents, but they're around the money table.
Money and cocaine,
money and drugs, and you can see there's some of the FBI agents posing with us, and but we even shot at boxing rings, and we shot literally it was just all over the place. We were
a lot of people involved,
and it was just a great production. Like Carolina said, here's a good picture of Joe Some of the guys is another good friend of ours that was filmed. So you can see even
Italian look.
down to the. I mean, these guys have thick New York accents.
Wow.
And they have.
The suits are amazing.
Yes, these are custom.
They were custom made by a good friend of ours, Giovanni, and they have the spear collars. They have to be spear collars from that time period. Guido, fashioned by Guido, and we actually put him in the film too. He has cameo, so we were excited about working with him. And I can't explain it. I mean, that movie's I think it's going to be a hit when it comes out.
Totally.
Because it's got a great name, Extortion Thugs, and it was all about extorting and threats to people. If they don't pay, you're going to get killed. And which is what goes on. I like the Gotti movies, and I knew about Gotti, and I knew because we weren't too far from where I grew up, from where Gotti was in Howard Beach area, and I said I want to make a modern day Gotti. I want to make somebody that's not a John Travolta or another guy that played. I can't think of his name right now.
Nero?
No. Armando Asante, which I love, played Gotti. But so I said, okay, once Gotti got arrested in the 80s and he was put into jail, the mafia seemed to die out. You don't really hear anymore about the mafia. So by 2015, you start hearing a little bit more about it. So by 2025, I said, okay, mafia's back in full action, and now they're going around killing people. So that's kind of a modern day mafia film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so cool. Do you think that's going to be something that will hit theaters also?
Yeah,
that one we think could hit theaters.
Yeah, so that was like an office of the Godfather. So we were making sure that we have
that's behind the scenes,
very luxury office behind the scenes. That's just nothing.
But then there was a challenge to find the right office. So a good friend of ours, Gigi and Teresa in Long Island, we were location scouts. I mean, I literally called 100 churches to try to find this wood grain kind of office that looked like the Godfather's office with Marlon Brando. And I said, all right. So finally, Teresa calls me and she says, I found it, and I looked at it. I'm like, that's it.
Teresa Farrow.
Yeah. And
that's Teresa.
She kind of does what you do. She's that's me and Teresa there. And you can see the collar shirts. And
the house was very luxurious too.
So we had a really great time on that one, Animal. And which again, before that film was made, we shot another big film here in Florida, which was the Killer Grannies.
Yeah, that's on Florida. Killer Grannies.
So Killer Grannies will be out this year. I just saw the walkthrough on it, and that should be out this year. But again, that was before we made Extortion Thugs, and that one was a big challenge. To answer your question again, we had to get bums. We had to get transients. We had to get
actors that were dressed.
Well, I'm getting into that. Yeah, we're getting to that. They were literally dressed them up as hobos. Like you see in the streets of, and down in Colorado, downtown Colorado, Seattle, and they walk around like zombies. So we had to get these guys that were dirty. We had 5 makeup artists. We were there at 5:00, and they're putting all the makeup on these people, and we literally had over 100 and some odd of these actors
dressed as bums,
and we literally casted for months and months. Each one had to be perfect for the scene.
Everybody had to grow beards.
They had to grow their beards like you and like me for the other movie, and we got them in their gear, and we put them in the streets of Tampa Bay, and we shot a few scenes there, and then we went and shot an extra in the courtroom scene. We had over 100 background players in that, and a famous courtroom scene that we did here in Florida too. And Rena Romano and Jan Van Dyke played the sick, evil Killer Grannies. Yeah. And it's based on a true story that happened out in Los Angeles. So,
yeah, man, that's awesome. Flora just said, I told you, Josh, this is a real powerhouse couple, brilliant with all the projects. So happy to be working with them. That's so awesome.
Yeah, and we're working on this is showing the poster for Bad Bunny.
Oh yeah.
So this is the poster of Bad Bunny.
That's on TV. Yeah.
But
I almost want to do a thing like just watch it. I want to do a live like watching it and like just see like reactions like from it. That would be cool doing something like that.
That would be so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited. We're moving into this. We had our fun with a lot of creature features, and we like it. And not saying we're not going to do them anymore, but we also like drama and we like history. So that's kind of what Carolina was saying before. We kind of like to take historical, legend stuff and kind of put it into a cinematic background and make a film. I
Yeah.
enjoy writing screenplays, and my vision is to put the screenplays out.
That's all. I know we have a short period of time, but let me ask you this question: have you guys ever thought about doing comedy? Because comedy, like, I could see like
Comedies?
a horror movie, like a comedy horror. That would be really cool.
Usually people laugh at our movies, so I don't know. Maybe
We
they're
do
funny.
like comedy, but I guess we're just stuck, and we do like
Drama.
suspense, horror. Making people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like we like to make people feel like, okay, that's weird, that's crazy. What were they thinking?
If you have a dark sense of humor, our movie is you're gonna find it funny.
It's not easy to make a film. It takes a lot of planning and the public seeing the final thing on it. But again, we had a lot of fun making them, and we just keep moving on. And one thing leads to another.
That's awesome. Can you tell the audience like what it takes to do what you do? Like, just as a simple little kind of just explanation of before we head out.
What was the question?
He says what it takes to make a film. To get that started, I would just say first it's an idea. First thing from our thing is we talk about it and say, okay, what would be cool to do? And then the next thing you know is I'm starting to write the screenplay, and then we got to scout locations. So locations is the key to the door. You have to really kind of find out, okay, this scene needs this scene needs that. And then we go into planning that. You got to get permits and you got to get all that. And then we start casting, and casting we're very particular. And then, we start getting close to deadline. Caroline gets into props and into call sheets. And then we have our crew that we use, our director of photography, production assistants, gaffers, lighting, and we get them all in behind the scenes, and we like to document everything. And we put it all together, and then Carolina puts a call sheet together, and everything's planned from A to Z, at 14, 15-hour days,
Usually 12 days turnaround, but sometimes we can go over. But usually the most important part of making a movie is number one, casting, number two, crew. You have to have a great crew that you love and you can trust, and they are on your side, and you feel like you can make a movie together with them. So they're supporting you, you're supporting them. It's very important to have a good crew and good people around you.
As well as good actors, because the actors have to love and have passion for what we're doing. So we like to do a lot of Zoom meetings, and some of the early stuff that we did, it was just me and Carolina. We had a blast, and we had a lot of time. But we spend time with actors to make sure they give their best performance.
It takes rehearsals. It takes time for them to learn their parts, and they'll have to rehearse with them. That's after we pick them. So, they have to be selected, then they get the role, and then you have to spend time with them to rehearse, to prep them before they even come to movie set. And it's kind of like teaching process, and then they come to the movies and they are well prepared. Then you have to do it live there, on location. You have to make sure,
we block it one or two
fine,
times, and then, by that time they're all ready to shoot the scene. But then there's, Carolina has to sift through, hundreds of hours of footage, and piece together the best scenes and make it like a story. And that's what she's doing right now.
We have very good editor as well in our team. His name is Dan Haff. He made like over 100 movies, and his latest movie he did was for Mel Gibson. So he did Boneyard.
Boneyard.
Editor of Boneyard. So he's actually editing our Killer Grannies movie right now. He's almost finished. So that's really cool. He's on our team right now, so we can't wait also to work with him on other projects. So that's pretty cool. So you have to surround yourself with people that you like and you trust, and you build your team. You have good photographer. Lisa Manelli is our photographer. Floor is our publicist, our person for everything. She's on our team. Just the people are making the thing going. So that's what I feel.
That's awesome. Can you tell us where people can find you and all of your movies.
So, best way to read about us and see what we're doing, we have a link tree. If you just Google Three Rats Entertainment link tree, you can just go on our link tree and you see all the news articles written about us. You can see the trailers, you can see the movies, but you basically you can follow us on Facebook. We also have a page. It's called Three Rats Entertainment with number 3. And I want to do an Instagram as well for that, so that's going to be coming. But we're so busy with post-production process that we're just doing Facebook right now.
We get bogged down, and we can't. There's always something going on. We're already working on another project. As soon as I came back from Extortion Thugs, I wrote 3 other screenplays, so we're ready to make 3 other films. Yeah, so. Oh, we've got this. The engine just keeps rolling. It's very lubed and oiled. So, so we're having a fun time in our lives right now, and we're going with the flow. Making music, putting our music in our films, and meeting a lot of great actors and meeting a lot of great friends.
Man, if you ever need an animal,
yes.
I could have used you in Killer Grannies, man.
Or even Extortion Thugs.
Or even maybe Snarly with his beard.
Extortion Thugs.
Yeah. But no, man, I'm here. I'm down.
Where are you located?
He's Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
Rhode Island.
Okay.
He's right next to Taylor Swift.
Yep, not far at all.
At a mansion there on the bluff.
Yep, I've drove by it many times.
I played in Rhode Island. I played up there a few times. I'm a guitar player. I played with a living rock and roll guy. He was a legend. I played up there in Rhode Island. It was nice. Nice area.
That's all. Well, let's stay connected. Let's definitely talk once the show ends. Stay on a little bit. But I thank you guys so much for coming on my show. This was such an amazing time and an honor to have you on my show. I can't wait to see a whole bunch of movies coming out. I'm going to watch Bad Bunny here in a little while.
Watch it on Tubi.
Tubi, yep, I have Tubi. Once I have Ian Stevens come on my show later on this afternoon, tonight, I will definitely pop that on tonight and chill and watch some cool.
No, it's okay.
Ian's a good guy. Yeah, he gave us best production team.
Yeah.
We want to thank him for that one.
Yeah,
so if you see him, tell him that too.
He's very cool. He's
awesome.
He's doing a lot of independent films as well, just like us. And lately we saw him on the premiere of his movie. I think it was Velvet Hammer in Tampa Theater on the red carpet. We went there, and it was really amazing. So whenever we're gonna have premiere, we want to invite everybody to our premiere. That's
awesome. Well, I'm excited. Yeah, let's definitely talk once we go off the air for a couple of minutes. Thank you everybody for watching Animal Expedition Files. You guys have been amazing. All the movies, go check them out. Three Rats Entertainment, and see all their amazing stuff that they're doing in their amazing journey. Everybody, have a peace out and have a good night, and see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Lights on. Dark Realm TV. Coming soon.